Hey, Jay Evans here. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to do so. Consider subscribing. I'm assuring you're going to get value for your time. In today's video, let's talk about books. Why books? Books are sources of knowledge, experience, and so much more. It's simply a way of getting into someone's life with their permission, of course. For example, this book I'm holding here. This is a book I've read a couple times. I think this is the third time I'm reading it. And as I was going through it, I thought there is so much to gain from this book and many other books I've read. So I thought I should do a video for you on the 10 most important books for every entrepreneur. The top 10 books. Again, you're back to the top 10 episodes. And today we're talking about the top 10 books every entrepreneur should read. This is one of them. I have many others, but this is the one that I'm currently reading for the third or fourth time. The third time. And it's a very powerful book, and I thought you should know about it. It's the Think and Grow Rich. It's not work hard and grow rich. It's not wake up early and grow rich. It's not go to bed late and grow rich. No, it's think and grow rich. That's how powerful thinking is. There's a book by Napoleon Hill, and it's a very powerful book. As I mentioned, everyone should read this book. As I said, this is a way of getting years, if not decades and centuries of experience within a few hours. When I read this book, you'll have read decades of experience, or you'll have benefited from decades of experience from this writer. So without much ado, let's dive into the list, starting from the top. The number one book that every entrepreneur should read is the Think and Grow Rich. The book I have here with me, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. You can get this book online for free. Yeah, there is an ebook for free, or you can go buy on the streets for $10, $15, $20. Is it? Yeah, on that figure, and you'll have your book. I love doing hard copies. I have soft copies with me on my phone, on my machine, but I would rather do a hard copy for the reasons you all know of: distractions, seriousness, and then keeping a book so that you're reminded every now and then, every time you see it, of the things you learned from the book. I don't read these books to just complete them. I read them to gain knowledge. So when I'm reading a book, sometimes I just read a page. If I get something to ponder on, I stop reading and continue. But every month I make sure I've read one book. The 10 books I'm talking about in this video, I've read all of them. And many other entrepreneurs will tell you to read the same books. And I beg you to make sure you read those books if you want to become a success. So it's a personal development and self-improvement book by Napoleon Hill that you should look for. That's the number one book I would recommend anytime, every time. 2, The Leader Who Had No Title. That's a book by Robin Sharma. If you ever thought of becoming a leader and learning the leadership skills, things we never learned in school, the best you would have done in school is being promoted to become a class prefect, a leader there in school, but no one told you exactly how to become a leader. And most people get into business, get into their careers without understanding what it really takes to become a leader. So if you want to learn that, how to become a leader, grab that book. Yes, The Leader Who Had No Title by Robin Sharma. Again, for $20, $15, $10, you'll get that book. Or you can find it online for an even smaller fee or less fee and start reading it. Very powerful book that I read a few years ago. I still have it with me, and the things I got from that book this date helped me in a huge way. I no longer look for titles because of that book. In fact, I hate titles. I want to be a common man, a common person, but a leader from inside. And that's what I learned from that book. That's number 2. On leadership, which is something you require in business. Yes, everything rises and falls on leadership. So it's something you have to learn about. And they also say every successful business you see around, there is a leader behind it. Sometimes it's the business owner, sometimes it's the CEO, sometimes is someone on a good level controlling everyone else. There's a good leader in charge of every successful business. Number 3, book number 3, Built to Sell by John Warrilow. A very tiny book in size, but what you get from that book is everything you need in business. If you ever thought of creating a business that you can sell, but it doesn't tell you you have to sell. It doesn't mean if you read this book, you're going to learn how to build and sell. No, build a sellable business, then decide to keep it or sell it. Because a sellable business is a profitable business and it doesn't depend on you. So if you've ever thought of creating a business that can thrive with or without you, which is what a business is about, pick that book, Built to Sell. Very tiny, but very, very powerful and with a lot of skills that every business requires. Number 4, Rich Dad Poor Dad. The first ever business book I read right after high school is The Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert T. Kiyosaki. This is a book about 2 fathers, 2 parents. One of the parents was a rich dad teaching the Kiyosaki how to become wealthy and how to grow wealth. The other one was a poor dad teaching Kiyosaki about safety and making sure he gets a good job, and that was after getting good grades in school and being a good guy, getting a good job. And he chose to follow the rich dad's way, and today is a multi-billionaire, courtesy of the things he learned from that book. So you should learn those skills as well. And the book is about what the rich teach their kids about money that the poor and middle class do not. Things do not just happen. Those rich kids you see around, they have learned so much about money, and they use those skills today to become even richer. And that's why the rich are growing richer, because they teach their kids about money. So if you want to know how to do that, that's the book for you. Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert T. Kiyosaki. 5, The Richest Man in Babylon. The first time I had this book, I thought it was an historical book. And being a guy who loves history, I watch a lot of historical documentaries and movies. I thought I should have a look, not knowing that I was about to get to know so much, a lot of principles, a lot of parables from back then, the ancient Babylon, on how to build wealth and to build successful businesses. I've read that book a few times and I keep wanting to read it even more because I learned so much from that book. So if you're there and you'd want to learn about financial advice through a collection of course, several parables that was set 4,000 years ago in ancient Babylon, that's the book for you. Grab the book, The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason, and you'll thank me later. Yes, I mean that. I mean every word of that sentence. 6, how to win friends and influence people. You all agree with me? If you're in business, if you're a leader in any organization, you have to learn how to influence people and win them. Okay? If you don't influence them, if you don't win your friends and influence them, you're simply failing as a leader. So you need to learn how to do that using psychology, using people skills. If you don't do that, you're failing, and you don't want to fail. And this is a book on people skills and how to make people do anything. There is a way, there is a concept on making people to do anything. There is a way to talk to people. There is a way to correct people. You don't just wake up one day and tell your employee that they are doing so badly, that they need to correct this and that. There is a way of doing all these things. If you want to learn about them, pick How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. 7, The Intelligent Investor. Every successful businessman, every successful entrepreneur knows something or two about investing. And if you want to learn about investing, which is a very, very important topic in business and in life, because you won't be able to be productive for the rest of your life. At some point, you'll be too old to be productive. At some point, you'll get tired. So you need to learn how to invest your money so that when you don't have the energy to work on a daily basis, you're still able to make an income, a residual income for that matter. If you want to learn about that, about investing, go pick The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham, which teaches about investing. And this is the most important value investing book ever written. Yes, the most important investing book ever written. Ask Warren Buffett. He says the same thing because he has read it and is the most successful investor. So you should listen to what he has to say. Number 8, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. Anything by Stephen Covey is good for everyone. So go pick out that book and learn about the 7 habits of highly successful or effective people in whatever industry you are in. This is not just for entrepreneurs, even for students. How do you become effective in studies? How do you become effective in your employment? How do you become effective in that relationship? Some of us are suffering, are struggling with your relationships. You keep arguing with your girlfriend, with your boyfriend, with your wife, with your better half. If you want to become effective, go read that book. Probably that's the only thing you require to end all the problems you've had for the last many years. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, which is a self-help book that everyone requires. 9 is How Successful People Think. You may want to understand how all these successful people think. How is their mind wired? How do they think about stuff? How do they act? There's a book for you on that by John C. Maxwell, and it talks about how to change your thinking to change your life. It starts from here. It all starts from here. Start by changing your thinking and you'll be able to change your life for good. Not the other way around. You don't change your life to change your thinking. You start by changing your thinking. And the how to, and the why, and the where, okay, is in this book, How Successful People Think by John C. Maxwell. Finally, number 10, the last but not least, is The 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. If you've ever thought of starting a business and having the time freedom that you can escape the 9 to 5 schedule, you can escape the 40-40, that is 40 hours per week for 40 years so that you can retire. If you want to escape that, there is a book for you called The 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. So learn how to escape the 9 to 5 and join the new rich. The new rich do not work 9 to 5. They do not work the entire life. They work a few hours a week. They have systems. They have ways of being effective without having to work so many hours. And if you want to learn about that, pick that book, The 4-Hour Work Week. You can find it online. In fact, as a matter of fact, all the 10 books we've talked about are available online. So you can go search for them. Some of them, they're going for a few dollars, $7, $10. Others are free. So it's you to start reading them and get the knowledge that you so badly require. Those are the 10 books you require to read as an entrepreneur, as a business person, as someone who wants to be effective in life and successful in life. Okay? Thank you so much for watching this video and liking the video as well. It means a lot, and this is how you're able to reach to thousands of people. Consider subscribing to my channel because I do similar videos, and if you want to see such content, consider subscribing and sharing this video with a friend, with a family member, with someone you care about, so that they get to learn about the 10 books they also need to read as successful entrepreneurs. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope to see you in the next one. It's always a pleasure go make life an adventure, because that's what life is about. See you in the next one.